guys? The phenomenal AJ Styles, and you're watching BrettO Live.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we are doing the Week in Review, episode 40. We are on episode 40. It feels like just yesterday we were on episode 30. Raw was pretty good. Of course, the Week in Review setup, if you guys have never heard it, we go over Raw and Smackdown in a setup style. I talk about what happened. I talk about my opinion, if it was good, if it was bad. I make sure to rate Raw and Smackdown every single week at the end of the video, so stay tuned. And without further ado, let's get into Raw. Starting over here, it was the Singh brothers, or should I say the Bollywood boys, or whatever they're called. Yeah, there was an open challenge for the Viking Raiders. Of course, I don't have Viking Raider figures, but if I did, I would set them up with these guys. But yeah, the Viking Raiders, they set an open challenge. I'm like, ooh, open challenge. Maybe Street Profits, maybe somebody good. But no, Bollywood boys, Singh brothers, they made their way out. I'm like, oh boy, here come these jokes. Here come these fools. So yeah, Viking Raiders obviously dominated these guys and picked up the victory. I couldn't really care less, to be honest. Yeah, I think Viking Raiders should have got a better opponent, in my opinion. But yeah, Singh brothers got dominated. Moving over here was Ricochet versus Mojo Rawley. Closer to the beginning of the show. Pretty decent match, not going to lie. Yeah, Ricochet, he dominated Mojo Rawley most of the match. But of course, Mojo did get some hits in. And then at the end of the match, of course, Ricochet, he didn't hit the recoil. And I'm happy about that because he always... He went to the recoil, and I'm like, man, what happened to the 630? He did do the 630 in this match to pick up the victory over Mojo Rawley, and I was super happy about that. Moving over here was Sarah Logan versus Charlotte. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't, if I'm being completely honest, I couldn't care less about Sarah Logan versus Charlotte. This like small rivalry is totally trash. I couldn't care less about it. It's obviously going to be Charlotte that wins. I mean, she's not going to be losing when the Royal Rumble's coming up. Even if the Royal Rumble wasn't coming up, she's not going to lose to Sarah Logan, dude. Yeah, but yeah, Charlotte, Sarah Logan, one-on-one. Charlotte did destroy, not Liv Morgan. Sarah Logan, and then she did put on her robe at the end and just walked away. Moving over here, it was Rusev versus Bobby Lashley with Lana on ringside. This was a pretty good match. One of my favorites of the night, if I'm being completely honest. Really surprised me. This was a very hard-hitting match. Very good strikes from both men in this match. So, of course, some interferences from Lana. But, yeah, Rusev, he did have the upper hand the most of this match, which was pretty cool. And then, yeah, what happened at the end was very confusing. Liv Morgan come out, and then she sort of distracted Rusev because Lana and her were having a just major controversy on the outside of the ring. Rusev was distracted. Spear. Boom. Bobby Lashley picks up the victory. Yeah, this Lana and Bobby crap, I mean, it's kind of getting old, but then again, I am interested to see what they're going to do every week. Yeah, I know. I know. Moving over here, Eric Rowan, it's got to be like the 8th week in a row. 8th week in a row, comes out, destroys a jobber, but he reached inside of the cage. Of course, the cage. He's been coming out with this cage for like 9 weeks. Yeah, he reaches inside the cage, maybe looking to grab the thing, whatever inside there, and put it on his opponent. But when he reached inside the cage, that, whatever it is inside the cage, bit or slashed at Eric Rowan. We didn't see what it was, of course, not yet. But when we do, I'm actually getting pretty interested in this. But they just got to do something a little better with it. But yes, the thing inside the cage did bite Eric Rowan, and then Eric Rowan did beat the local competitor, obviously. Moving over here, it was Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy for the 3rd time. Okay, of course, they're going to put on a heck of a match. Aleister Black picked up the victory, and once he won, I'm like, wait, what's next for Buddy Murphy? This rivalry seems like it's over. What's next for Buddy Murphy? And we'll see what happens later in the show. But yes, Aleister Black did pick up the victory over Buddy Murphy in a pretty good match. I really enjoyed it. Moving over here, it was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match to open up the show. And very cool. Of course, Randy Orton and AJ Styles have been stealing each other's moves, mainly AJ Styles, but Randy Orton bounced back. He fired some shots back at AJ Styles by using his own move on him, the Styles Clash. Randy Orton hit on AJ Styles. He was about to go for the cover, but then Drew McIntyre was waiting in the corner, waiting on the outside. Boom! Claymore kick to Randy Orton, and then he ended up pinning AJ Styles. So yes, Drew McIntyre did pick up the victory. A very high pick for mine in the Royal Rumble. You never know. He could win the Royal Rumble, but definitely look out for the Royal Rumble predictions coming very, very soon, just a little closer to the Royal Rumble. But yes, pretty good match again. Drew McIntyre did pick up the victory. Moving over here, it was Brock Lesnar versus no, it wasn't Brock Lesnar versus R-Truth. Okay, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman doing their classic promo. You know, Brock Lesnar's going to win at Royal Rumble. Not a prediction, not a spoiler. He's going to win, yeah. Okay, bunch of bullcrap. R-Truth comes out, and he's like, you know how R-Truth is. He jokes around, and he's like, yeah, Paul Heyman, you're in the match, right? I'm fighting you, right? And he just some stupid jokes. And then Brock Lesnar, we were just waiting for it. Obviously, Brock Lesnar picks up R-Truth, F5s the crap out of him, and then Brock picks up the microphone. He's like, "That's what's up." And then, yeah, he leaves the ring. Wait, no, before this, he did pick up the 24/7 title, which was pretty interesting, and then just threw it on R-Truth like it was a piece of trash, because that title is a piece of trash. And no person like Brock Lesnar should hold that. Only jobbers can hold that title. But yes, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Oh, and after this as well, R-Truth was being carried out by some sort of medical personnel, and then Mojo Rawley took him out on the entrance stage and then pinned him for the 24/7 championship. So Mojo Rawley is the new 24/7 championship. He's the new 24/7 champion. Yeah, I know. Who cares? Moving over here, contract signing Asuka and Becky Lynch wasn't half bad. I mean, again, I'm not really the biggest fan of Asuka as a heel, and I'm not really the biggest fan of her with Becky Lynch in this rivalry. It's okay. Obviously, the green mist came out after they signed the contract, and then Becky Lynch was just moaning and groaning in the corner, and she said a bunch of random bullcrap, like, I don't know if I'm going to be Asuka or whatever, but yeah, that was kind of dumb. Moving over here, best part of the show, it was a fist fight, and this was so stupid. Like, they were building this up on Twitter and Instagram. They're like, first ever fist fight tonight. I'm like, wait, what's a fist fight? Actually, listen here. It was the first ever no holds barred match named a fist fight. I mean, it was no fist fight. It was just a no disqualification match named a fist fight. It was so stupid. But yeah, AOP, Seth Rollins versus The Big Show, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. And I was really looking forward to this match. It was pretty good. My favorite part of the match was when Samoa Joe ran up the skateboard-looking ramp entrance stage and he hopped off onto the AOP. That was my favorite part of the match. That was so cool. So cool. I love that. And yeah, because I've been looking for somebody to run up that ramp or just do something fun with it. It looks like the warped wall from American Ninja Warrior. I mean, I think that stage is super cool. But yeah, into the match. Sorry about that. AOP and Seth Rollins did pick up the victory with a little help from Buddy Murphy. Yes, Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy did have their match right before this, and then Buddy Murphy was sitting over there by the barricade, just sitting there in disbelief that he lost to Aleister Black for the third time in a row. I will never forget that, Buddy Murphy, no matter if you turn heel. But yeah, Buddy Murphy did join with Seth Rollins in the AOP. He helped them send Big Show through a table. They assaulted the Big Show. And then, yeah, Seth Rollins, AOP, picked up the victory with a lot of help from Buddy Murphy. But yes, Buddy Murphy is part of the Monday Night Messiah, I guess. So Seth Rollins is trying to build this massive team for just Monday Night Raw superstars. Like Seth Rollins got the AOP. He's got Buddy Murphy now. Who's going to be next? He could be building up this massive team, and then nobody's going to be able to destroy him. They might have to create a Team WWE to destroy him, just like they did with the Nexus. This would be very cool if they recreated that. But yes, guys, that was Raw. I'm sorry if that was a little long. They did have a lot of crap going on Raw, so I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get into Smackdown and keep talking, sort of. And here we go with some Smackdown, which was amazing. Oh my, it was amazing. Here we are with Smackdown. Just went over Raw in this week in review, which has been amazing so far. We're going to get into Smackdown. It's still going to be amazing. Let's jump right in. Starting over here, it was Big E, not versus The Miz, it was versus John Morrison. Here on SmackDown, John Morrison's re-debut, if you guys know what I mean. Of course, he's been in WWE before, but yeah, I'm calling it a re-debut here against Big E. The best match of the night. Hands down, best match of the night. You had Miz on ringside with a little distraction, a very tiny distraction to help John Morrison win the match, but otherwise, John Morrison did it mainly all by himself to beat Big E. But yeah, very good match. Just one of my favorite matches of the night. Absolutely awesome. Moving over here, and it was amazing to see John Morrison back in the ring. I wish I freaking had his action figure to set up an actual setup, but yeah, not yet, but very, very soon, hopefully. But yes, one of my favorite matches of the night. Again, Big E versus Morrison. Morrison did pick up the victory, which was absolutely amazing. Moving over here, it was Bayley versus Lacey Evans. At first, it was supposed to be Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks, but Sasha Banks actually ended up getting injured with a confrontation, of course, with Lacey Evans backstage. So it was Bayley versus Lacey Evans in a one-on-one match, not for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Still a pretty decent match. Not one of my favorites of the night, of course. Morrison and Big E was my favorite, but yeah, still a very good match. Lacey Evans did pick up the victory as well, so that could be leading in the Royal Rumble. I don't know if Lacey Evans is going to be able to pick up the victory in the Royal Rumble, but definitely stay tuned for the Royal Rumble predictions coming very, very soon. But yeah, pretty decent match over there. Moving over here, it was Alexa Bliss versus Sonya Deville, and Sonya Deville went up to Mandy before this match. He's like, you know what? Get Otis out there. He helped you win last week. Let's see if he can help me win. So yeah, Sonya Deville, Alexa Bliss, and having Otis out there might have not been the best bet for Sonya Deville because Mandy Rose was trying to distract Alexa Bliss. She got pushed off the top rope. Mandy Rose got caught by Otis, of course, and then Sonya Deville got distracted. And Alexa Bliss, 1, 2, 3, boom, roll up, picks up the victory against Sonya Deville. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I really like the Mandy and Otis little thing. I think that's awesome. I love that. Alexa Bliss did pick up the victory against Sonya Deville, but yeah, pretty interesting. So maybe we could see like a Sonya Deville and a Mandy Rose split up, maybe. You never know. But yeah, that would be very interesting. Moving over here, it was the Revival versus the Usos. Very good match. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see the Usos back into the ring. Just make them get in a rivalry with their New Day again, and I will freaking love the WWE more and more. But yes, Usos, Revival, pretty good match. Usos, of course, high flying everywhere. Of course, the Usos did pick up the victory over the Revival, and after this match, backstage in interviews with the Revival, they're just super frustrated with the WWE, they keep on saying, and that's kind of relating into like real life. Like, they are pretty frustrated with their positions right now in the WWE, how they lose a lot in the tag team division. But yeah, the Usos did pick up the victory over the Revival, like it or not. But yes, moving over here, it was Elias. He was doing one of his performances, and then here comes Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura. They're like, Elias, we don't want to hear none of your bull crap. Let's talk about Braun Strowman in the Intercontinental Championship. So yes, they're talking, then Elias interrupts. He's about to sing a song, trash talk him, but Cesaro's like, nah. Shinsuke's like, nah. They go back into the ring. They take out Elias. Roar! Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman makes his way down to the ring, takes out Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, and Cesaro, and stands tall. Not with Elias. I don't think they're trying to start anything like maybe like a tag team with Elias. It was just basically to get some revenge here on Shinsuke and the team here, because of course Braun Strowman does want an Intercontinental Championship opportunity. Probably we'll see that at the Royal Rumble, hopefully. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see these guys go at it. Of course, Braun took out all of these guys, which was awesome, except Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn is not medically cleared to compete in a WWE ring or even get touched in a WWE ring. Not yet. Moving over here, beginning of the show, of course, Kane was scheduled to return on this SmackDown. Not a big surprise because, of course, I knew it was about to happen. But yes, Kane made his way out here. The Fiend makes his way up from the ring right there. He came out of the ring mat, stares Kane in the eyes just like this. But Kane's like, what took you so long? Daniel Bryan, out of nowhere, just like he did recently this past week, hiding in the corner, boom, takes out Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt retreats, believe it or not, retreats. He goes back in his hole from under the ring and he gets away from Daniel Bryan, which was crazy. We've never really seen the Fiend retreat before. And then when Daniel Bryan is trying to not make the Fiend go back in his hole, he grabs his hair. He pulls his hair out. Recently, what he did to Daniel Bryan, actually, what the Fiend did to Daniel Bryan, he pulled his hair out. A little of the dreads came out of Bray Wyatt's hair. And then Daniel Bryan, I'm not sure if this was a mistake, but not a lot of people are pointing this out. Daniel Bryan actually pulled out glasses as well. I'm not sure if that was part of the act. But yeah, he pulled out the hair and glasses, which is very interesting. The glasses could have been from a production guy that was setting up the smoke machine below there. But yeah, at first I'm like, wait, glasses? What does this mean? And then they were trying to like hide the glasses, just show the hair. But yeah, very interesting me how the glasses appeared. But yeah, comment down below if you guys know anything about that. Moving into the main event of the show is Roman Reigns versus Bobby Roode. The winner picks the stipulation for the Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns match at the Royal Rumble. If Roode wins, if Roode wins, Corbin gets to pick the stipulation. If Roman wins, Roman picks the stipulation. One-on-one tables match. Of course, Dolph Ziggler made his way out here. King Corbin made his way out here, trying to make Roman Reigns lose, trying to make it a 3-on-1. Of course, it was for a decent amount of time. They were getting Roman Reigns over here by the announce table, but it backfired. Here come the Usos. Here come the brothers of Roman Reigns, or the cousins, or whatever. this was just absolutely insane. Just such a perfectly ended show. I love this. They set up Dolph Ziggler on the table. They literally scale the barricades. They are literally going on the barricades, balancing on the barricades. Get over there. Double frog splash through Dolph Ziggler, through the announce table. While all this is happening, Baron Corbin, the coward he is standing all the way up at the ramp, being an absolute baby, which I cannot believe. And then, well, actually, I can't believe it. He's a freaking coward. King Corbin is a coward. And then moving over here into the ring, while all this is going down, Roman Reigns takes out Bobby Roode with a wicked spear right through a freaking table, winning the match. And it's not over yet. Reigns wins the match against Bobby Roode, throws him out of the ring. Reigns announces the stipulation. The stipulation for the Royal Rumble: King Corbin versus Roman Reigns in a Falls Count Anywhere match, which I am really looking forward to. Of course, in their Falls Count Anywhere matches, they do a bunch of crap in the freaking arena, like literally backstage, out in the crowd, a bunch of fun stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that match at the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is looking to be a very, very good show. I'm super excited for the Royal Rumble already. But yes, guys, this has been the Week in Review. If you guys enjoyed, definitely make sure to smash that like button. Let me know down below. Which show you guys like better, Raw or SmackDown this week? Both shows I thought were freaking insanely good. I don't know if that's just me, but I thought they were both pretty good. If I were to rate both shows this week, I would give both of them. I would give SmackDown a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. I thought it was freaking amazing. I would give Raw an 8 out of 10, but still, very high ratings for both shows this week. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, comment down below, again, your favorite show, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. BrettO Live, out.